Hello everyone, and welcome to A Time Called Bastard. This is him, Neill, and we are playing Europa Universalis IV. This time, you are watching my dear screen. My dear screen of various purple bits. And then of course there is the bastard who is over here, Filthy North.
Hi!
Filthy North. So,
Filthy North.
So today, Filthy North is going to be doing his filth with taking Russian land. Quite successfully, actually, Danish-Russia.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Novgorod has been cleaved in twain.
And I'm kind of pondering taking more, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there's bits left.
Yeah, the one to the left seems ripe for the taking.
And the Livonian, I mean, you were saying you wanted to get in the Teutonic Order at some point. So once you've done your coring and got a bit of admin points, I'd be tempted to go and smack them. Because their only allies are the Livonian Order and Mecklenburg.
Okay.
And I think to get, with all your minions, you could crush them.
Yeah,
just need to get, because you just need access through Lubeck and Pomerania, and you could walk all the way around in a ring.
Yeah.
And I am not doing very much, I believe. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting. It's fun.
It's an exciting time to show your perspective then.
Yes, I'm mainly waiting to improve Nevers. I'm trying to annex them at some point, I think. What year is it? Okay, so I need to annex them in 3 years, but that's some time away. And I took Calais off England, which was fun, because now it's mine. That's obviously the best bit. So yeah, I'm waiting.
It's always jarring to me when I see the name of something in Europa Universalis IV, and I realise that the original lore creators of the Warhammer world just straight up copied a load of names.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? It's very fun.
Like Marienburg, although they put it on the opposite side of the continent, but yeah, still.
Yeah, there was an awful lot of thieving. I mean, it's good thieving. I mean, it has,
it's a nice, flavourful world. Yeah.
But yes, it's not until you play Roman Empire that you realise how much of it has been taken.
It's just,
symbols, names.
Yeah, it's good though. It's nice. It's a fantasy twist on something that doesn't often get a fantasy twist. So it's.
Yes, there should be more of it.
There should. I think Warhammer kind of doesn't get enough credit. I think.
I agree.
A lot of the kind of people just kind of view it as the proto Warcraft, which I mean it is in a lot of ways. Warcraft was originally meant to be a Warhammer game, and they completely cartooned up the Warhammer style, and that's what that is. But there's so much more to it that kind of hasn't been adapted into other things.
The Warcraft is very definitely generic fantasy in that way, in a way that Warhammer surprisingly isn't.
It really isn't, and it gets a bit of a rap for that. But yeah,
I have been
talking about Warhammer a lot because the Warhammer 2 trailer just came out. That's when we're playing, and I'm excited about it, and Neil's avoiding it.
Yes, because I have too many other things to play. I've just started playing Torment: Tides of Numenera. I have a long rant I could give you about having backed it and having less good things than the official version, but I'm not going to do that because the game is quite fun. It is fun, and if you're not a backer, you should definitely buy it at some point. I'm 8 hours in, but I think I'm only, I don't know, in Sam's terms, I'm probably 30 minutes in, because I played the game as a traditional RPA plays it.
Yes, doing the content.
Perish the thought.
Yeah. Whereas I am occupied quite a lot with. We should be talking about Europa Universalis IV here, but I've been playing quite a bit of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Ooh, there we go. Right, sorry, I'm going to interrupt now because what I've been waiting for has occurred. Because the Pope has excommunicated the ruler of Provence. This often happens in early game in Europa Universalis IV, which means that I can take stuff from them because an excommunicated ruler confers a special casus belli amongst nearby people that allows you to take land off them without a claim and far more cheaply. So, I need to get army maintenance. So I'm going to get my army maintenance up, and then I'm going to attack Provence, who is only allied with Switzerland and Siena. Oh, but I've got a mission to make Switzerland like me. Maybe I can make them like me before I go to war. I should be able to do that. Yes, next month I should be able to make Switzerland like me. I need that time anyway to get my troop back up. I'm disappointed that Switzerland doesn't have its own republic. As in, own type. Government type.
Sure. Yeah, for the kind of differences. And
Yeah.
It's medieval governance, which I know a little bit about, but not too much.
I don't know much about. Which is why...
Does it have a special kind of relationship with the Papal States in this game? In any way?
If you are the Pope, you can get an event which allows you to form the Swiss Guard.
Right, okay.
Yay, diplomatic reputation. Because Switzerland, you like me now. Now I'm going to take some stuff. Ooh, I can conquer Barrois. And I do want to conquer Barrois. There we go.
Is it worth me burning any power on developing my big
This is going well. Yes.
Yeah. Like Shayland and places like that. Is it worth me just popping a little bit of power into there every now and then to do a bit of development?
Only when you start being massively ahead in tech. So basically, some common wisdom I've heard is that you should, which I don't know if it's true, is that you should not try to develop provinces unless you have enough for like 6 years worth of power, or you're more than 6 years away from tech. Basically, because it means that if tech comes and you've forgotten about it, you have enough to spare.
Sure. All right. Oh, I see. Because it's more valuable spent on other stuff. Okay.
Most of the time, yes.
I might still do it a bit because anyone who watches the channel knows I am far from a min-maxer, and it's nice to click buttons.
I am going to attack Provence, and therefore Lorraine and Siena. It's not, of course it's Siena, and Switzerland. And I don't think I need your help, so I'm not going to bring you in.
Okay.
But should you wish to fight in a war and pay a lot of juicy money to upkeep your troops, then
I sadly do not.
Go for it.
If I didn't have, I am gaining money now because I dropped my off camera. I dropped my military funding, army funding, whatever that's called in the game.
Maintenance.
Army maintenance. Thank you, to 50%. Which is quite a bit of a boost actually. It's quite good. I'm now gaining almost 2 ducats a month.
Yes. Now my normal strategy at this point would be to try and attack the allies of my target and siege down their stuff to get them out of the war. Unfortunately, the allies of my target are in Siena, which is really hard to get to because it's through various mountainous territory, and then Switzerland, which is mountainous territory. So I want to leave them till the last possible moment, so hopefully their armies are crushed and I don't get in a nasty war in the mountains that they control, because that would be quite unpleasant. In the meantime, I'm building spy networks in Switzerland and Provence to give me extra siege power. And the dastardly French were trying to spy on me. I would never do that. Never, ever, never. Certainly not on France, my beloved allies. Not my force limit.
Well, everyone likes France.
The big blue blob has many... It's been this war...
Historically.
Yes, this war has been going on with England for a very long time. What was that? The English-French Unification War. That France has been unable to press because England's got all those rebels. You look over in England.
Wow.
Look, Somerset and the Pale have been taken by France, as is of course all of French land. But then England...
Yeah. It's just all occupied by the rebels.
And the French can unoccupy it.
And they just took Norfolk as well.
Yeah, they can unoccupy it, but of course the rebels just keep popping up.
Yeah. The only things the English king has control over is London now. I suspect their days are numbered.
Yes, it is being besieged. It is on 21%.
Wow.
So it will not take long. That's probably the only thing that's kept them from not losing the rebellion. I like this general I got from the... what was it called? Was it Tournament? I think it was. 4-3-4-2. And a Hardy Warrior. What does Hardy Warrior do again? Hardy Warrior does less land attrition. Land attrition minus 20% doesn't seem all that useful when you're in Europe until it becomes until you're sieging, because everything takes attrition during sieging.
You'll be very pleased to know that I avoided making a rather good wrestling joke there, Neill, when based on
Yes.
the work terms hardy warrior. And I know it will please you that I avoided such a crass and base entertainment, or at least making a joke about it in your presence.
Yes. I'm just going to dip my feet into burn. That may be a bad idea. Oh, yes, that's got the wrong army in anyway, because it doesn't have a general.
I just
Okay.
promised that I would listen to my queen.
Oh, that's nice. Why?
Because I had I had a choice whether to listen to her or tell her family to shut up. And listening to her will cost me 50 diplomatic power, but apparently it leads to further events where her family likes me in some way. Or the other choice, telling her to shut up, cost me 10 prestige and increased autonomy in Halland, which is one of my main provinces. So I thought, nah, I'm fine. I'll burn a little bit of power. It's fine. It's only 50 power. I don't know.
Makes
May not
sense.
been the right choice, but
No, I don't think it's a bad choice. I am doing something I normally recommend against, which is splitting my forces. My forces are so huge, my huge forces, that I'm going to.
I am thoroughly disturbed by this terminology.
I don't know what your problem is.
I decided to burn my military power was the highest, so I upgraded Shaylin's manpower a bit.
Okay. What I would recommend, some of the institutions, I know you don't like this min-maxing nonsense, some institutions are more likely to spread to a province if it has 10 development or 20 development. So sometimes it can be worth, if it's worth doing generally, focus on the ones that are on 9 or 8 and get them up to 10, and so on.
So you mean like say if, right? So Shayland has production at 8. So
No, I mean the overall. So let's take Lolland, which has 8 in total. So if you put that up to 10, or Gonj, don't know how to
I
pronounce
see what you mean.
has
like,
9.
Has 9. So taking the overall one up to 9 or 10 takes it over an invisible boundary that
Yes.
helps bring what they called ideals, institutions to the area, which is the spread of generally updated technology like Renaissance and stuff. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the thing. Awesome.
My minions, subjects were being very stupid for a second in Brittany and nearly didn't support me when we are crushing them. But they did, so that's good. We did good rolls with a good general-ish. Yep, routed that army in Amor, in Brittany.
Well then, I have just upped Gonj to 10. I like clicking things, don't judge me.
That's fine. I am now besieging in Bern, which is hills, which is dangerous. Ooh, and Calais is now a thing. It will cost me more. I'm still going to make it a state, just because I don't want the autonomy and rest problems. And the Renaissance has spawned in
Yes.
Mantua. Let's see, where has it gone? At a guess, it's going to be Milan or something. Cremona.
Ooh, I got an event that either gives me 66 ducats or 50 administrative power. Hello, ducats.
Wow, that would not be the choice I would make. But then, I'm
No,
not cash
but-
starved like you are.
I also have a loan to pay back in 2 years of 91.
This
And
is
I was
true.
on 30.
You
So,
are rather cash starved generally as well.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea. So tell you what, bit of
Ooh.
a peek behind the curtains here. This is actually our second attempt at episode 5. The first one went askew for a
If
couple
I can
of
just
reasons.
interrupt very briefly.
No, go ahead.
Look at France and look where England was in France. They are no longer a great
Ooh.
power, which I'm annoyed by because France doesn't like me and they're my rival.
Did the rebels take over, presumably?
The rebels won something and then
Right.
France then pressed its war.
Has Brittany always still been Brittany there?
Oh yes, Brittany starts the game as Brittany.
Okay.
Sorry, now please continue with your behind the curtain.
Sure, behind the curtain. Yeah, so I remembered you explaining Renaissance and institutions for me and the viewers, but I actually suspect it was in that non-existent episode.
Yes, the other timeline.
Yes,
the
other
darkest timeline.
So, do you want to give a quick? I think I remember, but do you want to give a quick overview of institutions and the like for
Sure.
viewing public?
The quick overview. They're introduced at the time of speaking, the latest patch, but it will soon be the second latest patch. And they govern how much tech penalty you have. So if we go to feudalism, everywhere in the west has feudalism, and then obviously places to the east over here lack it. Those without feudalism, every year they do not have feudalism, it costs an extra 1% power to get tech. And then the same will apply for Renaissance and then for all the other techs. So every year you're behind in institutions, you can get up to about an extra 350% cost, which is very expensive. And then you adopt it by it spreading into your provinces from the spawn point based on various criteria. So the Renaissance spreads by 10 development provinces in Europe, 20 development provinces in Europe. Province nearby has Renaissance. If you're in Flanders, Tuscany or Venetia, and so on and so forth. And it faster still if you're in post-1500. So each of the institutions has a specific set of places it can spawn. How specific it is normally depends on how close to the start it is. So the Renaissance basically always spawns in northern Italy, but later institutions can spawn further and further afield with certain variations. And then it's basically a rush to try and get them adopted relatively quickly so that you don't fall behind in tech. That's the principles of it. It costs you lots of money to adopt. And the quickest way people find of getting it to them, especially in China and the like, is to increase the development of their province, which gives an extra couple of percent adoption in that province, which means you can get it faster. Which I imagine you might need to do at some point. Maybe not for this institution, but certainly for colonisation, because that will probably spawn in Portugal, really far away from you, so you might well need to increase development in order to force it to spawn. I should be fine with this one though, because it's extra fast spreading in Flanders, which of course is adjacent to me. It's an interesting thing as institutions. I like what they've tried to do with it. I really like what they've tried to do with it, because it's less static than it once was. Trying to because you used to just have the concept of westernisation, and Western nations were just better at tech. However, it now leads to things like, if you just spam development in a very gamey way, you can become a leader in tech in the East. It feels a bit off. But it's I like it. It also means you can now get choices. So when I've been playing as Prussia over here, I tend to get colonisation and such much later on. So you really spam development. And you also start spamming admin points into development because it's too expensive to spend it on tech. And also into ideas. So it gives you a very different gameplay, which I do like. It's one of the better decisions. I think it's too complicated, as with many EU4 expansion decisions. It's yet another layer rather than an emergent complexity. It's just another extra complexity. But still generally good. Oh, I should have supported the Bretons in Provence. I didn't realise they would lose against 3k troops. They might not.
Dogers and core. Hooray!
Huzzah!
So click to make it a state. Yes, that's the second coring level. Yeah.
Yes. Just make sure you basically don't want to click on the bit which has a flag and a red cross, because that will unstate it.
No, it's a blue flag.
Good.
Yes. So that's the core level 2, which is bizarrely called a state or something. I don't know. Recoring.
It's not. And you have a territorial core, which is your normal core, and then a core, which is your full-on thing. It's perfectly transparent. Now, can I get to Siena?
So just to be perfectly clear, I need to be turning territory into state, yes?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yes. Especially these ones. It's either very rich provinces like Novgorod with 18 development and a trade thing.
Well, Novgorod is... Oh, it's not a core. Yeah, okay. I thought it was already, but no.
But you always want to core at a basic level. Like, you always want a territorial core.
Yeah. But you only want to make something a state if it's something a bit more advanced, or...
Well, it will tell you when you click on the thing, it will say it'll make you this much. So basically you always want the income to be at least the same as the cost.
Right, okay.
But then lots of the time it might still be worth making it. So I made Kalea core just because I want other benefits, like the manpower benefits and so on.
So this is interesting. So Ladoga will cost me 0.18, but only give me an income of 0.12. So do I leave it?
I might do for now, actually. I might do for now.
Fair enough. And yeah, Neva also does that.
But probably because you only have one province in the area.
Right.
Because all states are the same as areas. So, for instance, Flanders is an area of 3 provinces. So you would form a state of Flanders. So if you only have one of them, it might not be worth it until you get a second one or so on. Which is why Calais is not, strictly speaking, profitable, because I only have Calais.
Right,
Flanders.
so because... oh, I see what you mean, yeah, because I haven't cored the others yet.
Yes.
Oh, no, well,
You don't even own the others, but yes.
South Karelia is a state. Huh? Oh, this is Spain. I'm confused. What has happened? Huh? This is different.
Right, can I now get the Swiss to leave this war? Yes, yes I can. Do I want Bern? No, no I do not. I do not want Bern. I can get them to give me lots of money. I'll do that. That will pay for this war. 141 ducats and war reparations. Do I want anything else? No. I'm not going to take Bern, because it will give me a lot of aggressive expansion, and I can get provincial lands for cheaper. Good. That will get you out of the way. Except my army is going to... Speaking of, what can I get out of Provence without taking out the rest of the allies? Well, I could get extra vassals, but that's be very painful because I already am over my Diplo limit. It's tempting though. That's really tempting to take all of Provence as a vassal. Lorraine as a vassal might be better, and then take Provence. Ooh, we're cooking now. This is good stuff. Right, I see I can take Lorraine as a vassal, and I can then take Barrois of Provence. What if I didn't take them as a vassal? What if I took them as... Or I could just annex it. I could just annex all of it. That sounds like a much better idea. Let's do that. Oh, and then Brittany's going to want something, or they'll be annoyed with me, I should imagine. Do I want Brittany to be stronger? Yes. For now I do. Okay, this works. I will take... Actually, how much money can I get out of them? So I could take 144 ducats. I think I'm just going to take straight money out of Provence, because I'm not, rather than taking war reparations, because I think they might cease to exist very soon. Because France will probably just smack them, or someone else will smack them, because they're going to lose all their territory. So this is a good war. I have gained I have broken almost even by my war reparations from Switzerland, and then I'm taking 3 provinces and then doubling my money at exactly 50% aggressive expansion. Excellent.
I have a missionary working in Neva to convert everyone to being Catholic. His current progress is minus 1.7%.
And I had a mission to conquer Barrois, so I've got manpower recovery and prestige. Excellent. This is just brilliant. And then Austria wants me to return land, but that's not happening. So, for the viewers at home, and for you, the Emperor, who's Austria, has requested that I return land because it's from the Holy Roman Empire. I'm going to say no, because that means I lose it. I mean, it's just pretty straightforward. People in the HRE will dislike me a lot more for it. But
I sent one of my diplomats to Austria.
Oh, good.
To make good with the Holy Roman Emperor. I also sent one of them to Muscovy because they just rivaled me. And I don't want them to invade, basically.
No, that's a good choice.
Yeah, this missionary, hooray, core province.
Huzzah!
this missionary will never have any effect on this land because it's at minus
Yeah.
1.7%. Is there
Then
anything I
you-
can do about that?
I would probably take the missionary off there for now. But basically, there will be events throughout the game and technology and advisors that increase your missionary chance. So there's a admin advisor who increases your missionary strength by 2%, for instance.
Yeah, sure. Ooh, hang on.
I
Pause there a second.
am now a great power as well. And I got there honestly.
Scotland is not my valid rival. Oh god, my Herr Wilhelm is ill. Send for a trained medicus, which gives him a 50% chance of dying. Or pray for his life, which gives him 75% chance of dying. But I could gain legitimacy. What's legitimacy?
If you mouse over to your crown symbol at the top, for the very top with all your resources next to, so it goes money,
Gotcha.
manpower, sailors, stability, corruption, prestige, legitimacy. Legitimacy, if you mouse over it,
Yeah, gotcha.
basically, low legitimacy, very bad, but you gain quite a bit over time from marriages and stuff.
Yeah, and mine is 100 at the moment.
Yes, it also
Which is pretty solid.
it resets at certain rulers. So if you get a ruler with a weak claim, it just drops to like 30.
Right.
But then if you get a new ruler with a high claim, it just goes up. So
Is there
this
any
is a
way?
full ruler.
Is there any way for me to tell if I have other heirs?
You know, you only have one heir at a time.
You only have one heir at a
But
time.
that's not to say another one won't spawn very quickly.
No.
So a good test for it.
Giving him a better chance to live will cost me some money, but I can kind of afford. It's like it's 27 ducats, and it gives me a chance to gain 5 legitimacy. But if I just pray, it doesn't cost me money, but I have a smaller chance to gain 30. But he has a higher chance to die.
I think your ruler's young. He's 38. Although he is infertile. Okay. But he's in...
I am?
Yeah. Minus 25% chance of new heir. So on the one hand, it's not too bad because you're young, relatively speaking. And because your heir's not great. So if you assume an average of about 222, 323, he's quite poor. But the infertility, it's a toss-up. I think both options are good.
Okay.
Ooh, and I can get a royal marriage with you, so I'm going to do that.
Well, it did take me a while to get this money. Oh no.
Do you spend the money and he still died?
No, I didn't spend the money, but he died.
Oh well.
Royal marriage.
But on the plus side, on monarch death, a house from von Wittelbach succeeds to the throne, which means you will not lose your dynasty.
Yeah, I'll take your royal marriage.
Cool. Right.
Ooh, I can make states. Ah, yeah, because I've called them all. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, so Novgorod. Come on, this must make me more money. Nope.
Is it a different
it'll cost
territory?
me 0.19, but increase income by 0.1. So that's Novgorod itself.
Don't know where Lothringen separatists came from in Austria, but they've come to attack me. So they can die now. Bye bye. Wow, yes, they really are dying.
Oh, okay. We've gained a trade dispute, casus belli, against Muscovy because they're threatening our trade. Yeah, I'm not going to tell them. Yeah, so I shouldn't state Novgorod because it will cost me more than it will gain me, yes?
Unless you really want the manpower and other benefits, which is perfectly reasonable.
I kind of do. Okay, I'll make it a state.
Ooh, I might be able to annex Nevers now. Can I annex them? No,
0.09, it's fine. Some of your provinces lack cores. Oh god, what's happening here? I thought I knew how it all worked.
well,
Oh, core all provinces. Okay, yeah, I know how that works. I've gained a national epic,
Ooh.
or I could gain a national epic.
I can do great. By the way, a good trick to
Griff.
do. A good trick to do if you have lots of money is to influence your vassals, because it will make them like you more, obviously.
And therefore give me a bit of cash.
But also, it'll cost you money. But it will give them development.
Oh, okay.
Well, it will give them power, which they can use as development.
Muscovy have just fabricated a claim on Novgorod.
Yeah, well, that was going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I've just fully double cored it, so it's mine now, guys. I've got a diplomat constantly in Muscovy's court.
Good. Oh, I can get more troops now.
But their opinion is still minus 117.
Milan wants an alliance.
Because they've rivaled me.
No. I do not have enough diplomatic slots to ally you, Milan.
How do I find out what their manpower is?
Theirs.
Yeah.
The ledger. So press L and it's one of the many, many, many screens.
Okay, press L. Country. What?
I told you. So if you press actually no. Press military, and then armies.
Okay.
And then sort by name or manpower division.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
This is where the true grognard history of EU4 countries for.
Muscovy infantry. Yeah, they've got more manpower than me. They've got
they
30,000.
will. They will. That's.
Yeah, and I've got 21. Okay.
But remember, you also have a vassal and 2.
Yes, this is true. This is true. And my troops are already there, so they can at least.
Oh, we are 7th and 8th. In fact, you have 287 dev, and I have 286. As great powers. So we are almost neck and neck as great powers. Isn't that nice?
Okay. That is nice. I'm delighted. Ooh, I can. I think I can get a tech. The green bar is all full.
Oh, good. Then I would do that.
Yeah.
Because right now the institution
it'll cost 580, but I've got
that. Make sure it doesn't say plus 10%. Make sure it says 0%.
Nope,
minus 5.
it says we expect to have enough power to do it at February 1454, which is gone.
Yeah.
I'm getting a minus for Renaissance not embraced and a minus for corruption. That's the only things I'm getting minus from.
Yeah.
So
go for it. Go for it.
Cool. Boom. Pike squares. Oh, was this the thing we talked about last turn? That like pike squares improve your cavalry.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Oh, diplomatic technology as well. Why does that not give me a pop-up of when I expect to get it? Maybe the other one doing it was a bit of a glitch because I already had it. Yeah. I can get diplomatic as well.
Cool.
Oh dear, bribes growing more acceptable in Denmark.
Oh yeah, I have corruption growing. I should probably root some of that out. No, I won't. That's expensive. That sounds very expensive.
Lovely. 2 little tech boosts.
Nice. I can upgrade my Diplotech, but annexing will cost me quite a lot. And why am I not annexing them? I should be annexing them right now.
I'm assuming that tech just is more of a background thing. It'll just give me general improvements all round, rather than something I can now... I know it gives me new buildings, but I don't really have the money to spend on them.
They're very specific. So some of the abilities, so let's say my next one, admin, gets me production efficiency 5%. That just increases my wealth. The idea it gives me is very active. Likewise, for marketplace, trade range plus 10 is a passive benefit, and it doesn't seem like you'd do anything different for that. But if it allows you to place a merchant in a new node, then it suddenly becomes very important. So it's all very variable. The military ones are, with the exception of troop upgrades, though, are just, you can now kill more stuff. Except for other bits. But, yeah, so there's a mix of completely passive with situational interest, and active. I suppose that's the best way of putting it.
I think, like, the main thing one of them gave me is the ability to build marketplaces.
Cool.
Or seem to have anyway. Bit of a pause here. I've got an event here that I would like your guidance on. Basically, I think this is the follow-up to me listening to the Queen. Her family have offered to provide a gifted counsellor to me, a skill 2 natural scientist. They're 50% cheaper for me to employ, but the Skeel family will consider us to be in their debt. So presumably there'll be then a follow-on event with another choice, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or refuse them to avoid indebting. I'd gain 5 prestige, and by refusing help, we will avoid increasing expectations of reciprocity from the family.
Yes. My big question to you then, do you need a half-price natural scientist? That's an admin.
Well, that's an admin one, right? Okay, well, let me have a look at my advisors then. I have no advisors.
Can you afford? So could you even afford? Because a half-price 2 is still about as expensive as a 1. So can you?
And how much would a 1 cost me?
About 1. Ducat monthly.
One a month.
Yeah.
I'm currently on 1.79 ducats.
So you could do it, and I would recommend it because admin is very useful.
Mm-hmm.
But it is still not necessarily a terrible idea to say no. I would do it, but I'm not in your shoes.
Well, I quite like the idea of carrying on with this little event chain as well, and this kind of tug of war of power between me and my in-laws. So I'm gonna get them.
Cool.
I presumably then have to actually hire them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a bunch of people now. Hang on.
The easiest way to do it is you'll find one who's +2 and doesn't cost the same as the other +2s, and hopefully he's a natural scientist.
2.1 monthly. Yes. Oh, he costs 2 monthly.
Oh, so half price is 2.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeesh. Okay.
Oh, my +2 must be half price already then. Thought that was a bit too good to be true.
He's production efficiency plus 10%. But,
Still, at least you've done the event. I don't think you'd lose anything because and it's fun. It isn't that the point?
Yeah, I'd be in negative again. I don't really want to do that.
I'd leave him.
He'll hang around for a while though, right?
Yeah, a little while. Probably until he dies.
Okay. Well, he's 30, so.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll bear him in mind for later.
Cool.
I think
so as well.
Yes. I think we're wrapped up for the episode, aren't we?
I believe we will be. Yes, so thank you for watching, everyone. It has been fun. I have become a great power. And I've also, more importantly than that, far more importantly, I've united my land. I can now walk from Calais to Charolais in one movement without having to go through anyone else, which is the most important bit. Joined up, contiguous blobbing.
Yes. Continuous blobbing is my favourite kind.
Am I what? Liver-shaped? Pancreas-shaped? Anyway.
Let's have a look.
If you include...
I don't know. That's very curvy for an organ.
Yeah. Anyway, tadpole, let's say.
Yes.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.